Good morning, students. Today we are going to be learning about how to measure.
What types of things can we measure?
Oh, you can measure all sorts of things. We could measure the water in that glass, for instance.
But I already knew how to measure the water in the glass.
Really? Show me.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 fingers high.
7 fingers high. Interesting. What do you think would happen, though, if people had different sized fingers?
I didn't think of that. I don't know. I guess it would be different for everybody.
Exactly. If everyone measured things with their fingers, everyone would get different measurements because everyone has different sized fingers. Well, did you know we have a solution for that problem?
No, what is it?
It's called the ruler.
Oh, I've seen those before.
Yes, many of you have probably seen a ruler before, but I want to make sure you know how to use one. They're pretty great. So if we wanted to use this ruler to measure how much water was in our glass, we'd simply put it right next to our water glass, and we would count how many numbers high our water is. So it looks like our water is about to the 5, and so that means our water is about 5 inches tall.
I think I've heard of inches before. It sounds familiar.
The big numbers on the top of your ruler are called inches. We're not going to be worrying about the little numbers right now.
What are the letter numbers called?
The little numbers are called millimeters.
Oh.
And you use those when you're measuring things that are even smaller. But since we're measuring water, we can use inches.
Okay. So what about this banana? How would we measure it? How would we know to measure it in inches or millimeters?
Well, let's think. Is this banana pretty big or pretty small?
But the ruler goes all the way to up here.
That's true. But if we measure it using the small ones, we'd get a really high number.
Oh, and that would be harder.
And that would make things harder. And if we use the bigger numbers, then we get smaller numbers that are easier to work with.
I understand.
And so this banana is about 8 inches tall.
Let me see. I see.
So students, remember today when we're measuring that we are going to be using the big side of the ruler called inches.
Can we even measure, like, my bird?
We could try.
She might bite you, but you can try. Do you want to try? Would you use inches or millimeters?
I think we'd use
Is she
inches.
cold?
I think she doesn't want to be measured, students.
Okay.
That just goes to show you, not all things can be measured.
Okay.